Hi, Linda Bowen here from StampingWithLinda.com, your cardiologist since 1997, helping you create cards from the heart. Today is Tuesday, so fancy fold, and today's fancy fold is inspired by this card that I received from Kim Baker from Horse and Around Stampin'. .com. She submitted this card during my recent team challenge, and it is a double Bendy card. And I will have to admit, when I first seen it, I thought, oh, very intimidating and something that I probably wouldn't take the time to do. But once I've done it, it is very easy to do. It is a standard A2 card. We'll mail in a regular envelope. So let's get started so I can show you how to make this. Now, this week is the end of celebration and the end of my most favorite designer series paper, and that is the paper that you can get free during celebration. I've been sharing about this paper over and over again, and it's got these adorable little birds that I have fussy cut out. I did use my Everyday Details dies to do the layering with that. I also took a piece of the designer series paper. This measures, let me double check. I'm not positive. I think it is 4 3/8. Is that correct? Yes, 4 3/8 by 5. And I have already taken and cut out the center of that. And again, use those Everyday Details dies. I have scored a 1/2 inch on each side, and that is going to be the front bendy part of our card. I have taken and cut 4 pieces of the designer series paper. These measure 2 by 5 3/8. And then I have another piece of the designer series paper. These are 2 pieces. They're 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I have a small piece of basic white. This is 1/2 inch by 2 1/2. I have scored it at 1/2 inch on each side, put tear and tape on the 2 ends and a little bit in the center. I also have a piece of basic white. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Have scored a 1/2 inch on each side. Have also taken those little birds. I love them. Fussy cut them on that piece of paper. I have 2 pieces of bubble bath. These measure 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I have scored them in half at the 2 1/8. So we've got that. Let's go ahead and start building. First, what we're going to do is we're going to find those 4 pieces of designer series paper. I like using my glue because I can move it around. These papers are only of 1/8 of an inch smaller because we scored it 2 1/8, and the width of our designer series paper is 2. So I find it easier for me to use the multi-purpose glue versus any other adhesive so that I can move it about if I need to. So we're going to just add our adhesive like so. Aren't these birds just so pretty? Again, make sure you get that $50 order in so that you can get this paper. And if you're like me, 1 pack is not enough. I have gotten a couple packs because I just absolutely love the colors of the paper and, of course, the daintiness of the birds. I was in need of sympathy cards, and I did a whole slew of sympathy cards using this paper, and it's just so soft and pretty. We've got our glue. Next, what we're going to do is we are going to build our card, and what we need to do is to bring in those 2 pieces of designer series paper. Again, these are 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and rather than to score at the 16th, I'm just going to fold them in half. So they need to be scored at 2 1/16, but I find if I just fold them over, it's easier. Then they're exactly, or as close as can be, to being the size that they need. So we've got that. What we're going to do is stack our cards like so. And we're going to make sure that the valley is in here, valley, 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 and then this is a valley. Okay, and what we're going to do is we are going to glue. Now let me stop and think about this. Got these the wrong way. I want this paper on the outside, so I want it to be like so, and these need to be turned in like this. Now I believe this, yes. So this is what we need. We need the valleys like so. This is the paper side that I want it to show. The pink with the flowers, the birds. So what we're going to do is we're going to add our adhesive on this side. Just double checking that I'm doing this right. So we need to add this to this piece, like so. I should have put the adhesive probably on the flower side, but we're going to make it work. Just a small 1/8 inch border or 1/16 inch border around, like so. And next what we're going to do is we're going to glue this on top of that. So again, I'm going to put the adhesive this time on my designer series paper. So we're basically just stacking the papers on top of one another. See, I am running out of multi-purpose glue. Time to reorder. Reorder before celebration's over so I can get my rewards. It's a great time to look at your cardstock, your adhesives, making sure that you have all that you need while you can earn more during the sale. Remember that sale is going to be over on February 29th, so make sure you finalize your orders. We've got this going right on top of that. And then finally, we're going to glue this onto this. So once again, adding my adhesive. And we've got our card like so. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to put that front on, and that is the designer series paper that has the die cut. Now, we could use tear and tape for this. Again, I'm going to use my adhesive because I like that I can move it about. I use those everyday detail dies. I got them a while ago, had not used them, and now that I have started using them, I really like them. They have a lot of rectangle and circles that work together for layering. So we've got this, putting it flat on the front of our card. I'm going to hold it down for a second to let that glue dry. And then what happens is it bends upward like so. Okay, next what we're going to do is we're going to put that center in. Remember, I have that piece of basic white 1/2 by 2.5. We're going to remove the tear and tape. Well, there it comes. Remember, I put also a piece in the center. That is for our layering circle that I have. This is just not coming up like I want it to. This is why tear and tape is not my favorite adhesive. I know it's very strong, but I am challenged with it, I will admit. So I'm going to pull my 2 1/2-inch flaps open, lay my card flat, and kind of eyeball to get it somewhat in the center, like so. So now that is going to pop up in the center, like so. Going to bring in my circle that I've layered, put that in the middle. So this is what we've got going on. Isn't that pretty? Oh, love it. I'm going to turn it over. We're going to bring in that basic white, again 4 1/4 by 4.5. Going to add my adhesive to that, and this card is going to be done. I see got a little piece of glue there. I want to remove that. So a card that looked very intimidating at first is actually a very easy fancy fold that really gives a beautiful, beautiful card when you're done, with lots of interaction. Of course, this paper helps make it because it is so gorgeous. Let's give that adhesive some time to dry here. It's a very damp day in Ohio, so let me take it a second. There we go. And we're going to open the card like so that you can see all the different moving pieces. But again, we'll mail flat in your card or in your envelope and give it a very, very fun looking card for your person that you're sending it to. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. We'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.